Hi, folks. I just want to talk about how I do evangelism on the streets, not street preaching, preaching as in on the step ladder, but I just want to talk about how I approach evangelism on the streets. And I think it's in two ways. First of all, well, three ways. I'm on about the actual physical conducting yourself in evangelism on the streets, in a city centre, wherever. Okay. I think three things that I maintain, and I hope this will help you. Number one, listen. Show the person respect who you're talking to by listening to them. If they're genuinely seeking, listen to them, because by listening to them, you give them a sense of they're human beings with dignity and value. Secondly, you're there to preach the gospel. You're not there to win arguments. You're there to share the gospel. So always try to get back to the gospel. Get back to sin and grace. Sin, say, have you lied? Have you done this? Have you done that? You can be forgiven at the cross. So always come back to the gospel. Always bring people back to the gospel. You can be in a conversation on the street and lose sight of the fact that you're there to preach the gospel. And then thirdly, don't be anti-intellectual. A lot of street preachers and evangelists are anti-intellectual. Study, read up on questions that people are going to ask. And if you can answer those questions, you'll gain a hearing, because people will respect you more if you know what you're talking about. I've found these three things are fundamental. Listen to people, always get back to the gospel, the simple gospel, but always be ready to give an answer for the faith that's within you. All right? Thank you for listening, and God bless you. Don't forget my website, jasonburnspreacher.com. God bless.